Good morning, heart and soul. Thank you, Suzette. Thank you. So, my prayer is that you were either with us last week as we celebrated our 16th anniversary and we had some kind of good time, did we not? Yes. Amen. Yes. And if you weren't with us, I invite you to visit us on YouTube so that you can have an experience. I'm going to warn you right now, it's not the same, which is why you need to get in here. But if that's not possible, then you have an opportunity to have an experience of it, and it's worthwhile. I want to celebrate that our 16th anniversary celebration choir was our featured musical inspiration, and the choir is now established. That is to say that for the next several Mondays, there will be, and thereafter there will be Monday rehearsals, and the choir will next hear from the Heart and Soul Choir Heart Song in December. And the intention is every month after that. Yes, that's worth celebrating. Indeed. So what I know for sure is that a good time is going to be had by all, and just shout out to Valerie Trout for her willingness to relaunch it and just do everything required to have it be as magnificent as it has been. And speaking of magnificence, if y'all don't already have your tickets for Unbroken Spirit, for the love of the music, you are going to have to hear about it, and it will be only irritate you. So look, let me say this. It's bound to, because the chatter after is going to just wear you out. I'm telling you now. You can either get your ticket now and be there, or you can wish you had. So if you, for whatever reason, are not able to be there, let's do an old school thing. Get a ticket or two and share them with someone that you know would love to be there. And in that way, spread the word about the goodness that Heart and Soul is, and also bless them with an amazing musical review. Y'all know that we are celebrating the groundbreaking contributions of Black musicians going back to the 1800s. It's a story that must be told for such a time as this. We can gain inspiration and motivation from this musical review and the magnificent artist and vocalist and musician. So be with us and experience all that goodness. Yes? Good thing. We are also offering adult education, and you probably, if you were tuned in early enough or arrived early enough during the service, you heard the announcement and saw the video. I just want to fan the flame on the importance of a visioning course at the end of this year. It is preparatory. It is purposely set up in this time frame so that our visioning acuity, our ability and capacity and awareness of what visioning is and how to do it will support us in launching 2026. Now, I don't know if you have noticed how quickly time is moving during this period. I know today is November 9th, but tomorrow will be December 5th. And so, given the kind of speed with which time appears to be moving, I suggest you get registered for this and fully participate, because the course ends on December 30th, which sets us up perfectly for our New Year's Eve and the beginning of the new year. Yes? Yes. Okay, please get some of this. Look, somebody years ago called me a serial preacher. And at the time, I didn't really get it. It didn't, a lot of it's kind of a whatever, because what happens here often doesn't feel like me. It doesn't sound like me. It doesn't, it's the presence of Spirit through me. So my voice sounds different to me. It's a whole different vibe for me. But now I get this serial preacher idea. Because Spirit will give me something and we'll just rock with that until it says, okay, that's enough of that, and then it'll hand off something else. So I just want to ask you to bear with me as we kind of do what I call kind of tag back to where we've been, and allow me to, no, let's tag back first, and then I'll set this. So we began some time ago talking about which comes first. Is it about believing it and then seeing it? Or must you see it and then that supports you in forming your belief? And we played with that a little bit. The idea was, bottom line was, I don't really care how you come to it. Just be aware of what you're believing. Why? Because it is done unto you as you are in the process of believing whatever it is you are believing, is how life unfolds. It is like the secret, except it shouldn't. It's exposed everywhere, but it appears to be the secret principle of our living and explains to us how life got to be the way it is. We went from there to this notion of how essential it is to imagine whatever it is you are envisioning for yourself, whatever your prayer is, whatever your heart's desire is, whatever your dream is for your life and your living, to imagine it, and in your imagining, feel it. And the key in that I have found is that while we are more adept at imagining what it is we'd like, we can fall into a daydream kind of state where we are just in that. However, we have not yet felt it. In many cases, we're just like seeing it, but we're not feeling it. We haven't changed our posture. Our continence has not changed around it. We're just like watching a movie. And that's a good thing. I want that. But feel it like you do in a movie. You know how it is in a movie. Sometimes you're like already anticipating the next thing with fear or dread, or sometimes with excitement. You're already like, oh, I know they're going to get together. Whether they do or don't, you already are there. This is what you want to bring into your life, into your living, into your imagining. Is this making sense? I hope it is, because it is literally the metaphysical practice of manifestation. And what is manifestation but realizing our dreams, our desires, our heart's intention? Yes? Okay. All right. I'll go with whatever I can get. So look, after that, we then talked about set ourselves up in the creative alchemy of imagination and feeling. So that was out of that Sunday when I first introduced this notion of imagining it and feeling it. There were some questions that came up. And questions always help me to reveal another level of it, to be more direct and specific about whatever the need is in the room. And so there was someone's in the room who posed questions or made comments that allowed me to see, oh my goodness, we need to go a little deeper with putting this imagining and feeling, this vision. And remember, we got the visioning class coming up. So it's the vision and how to be with that, how to glean it, and then what to do with that in our imagining and our feeling of it. Last week, we spent a little time on the certainty of our ancestors. And I paused in even saying that, because if I were going to put kind of an overarching sense or theme to what I would say is my ministry, or what my message seems to be whenever you catch me, it would have to do with the lessons that the ancestors left us. And I'm saying ancestors, and I'm also including our elders, in that they have left us an amazing blueprint. And if it's because I see the amazing blueprint, and I see how it is illuminated. You know, in some of those movies where there's going to be the criminal enterprise, where they're going to break in, but they have to like crawl under the laser lights. So I see that. I need you to come go with me. I know this is just, come on, this is you in here now. You may as well roll with it. Come on. So look, so some of us have developed the seeing beyond so that we can see the pattern in our living. Does it make sense? Just like we would see in those movies where it's not visible to the human eye, but they put on the little goggles that allows them to see. We got to put on our goggles, y'all. We got to be able to see the pattern of freedom. Come on, Mother Harriet, help us. We must see our way out, which is very much related to the way in. And the moment it's not even decoding it. It's being available to it. It's being willing to, pardon me, it's being willing to look past. Okay. I'm loving that we have this, but this little straw is not working. So I'm going to move over here so somebody can come get this and work it out, because I'm going to need a little water, I can tell. Pardon me. So this idea is us putting on these imaginary, oh, come on now, this is why imagination is so important. Because imagine that you had goggles where you could see the message from the ancestors. So when we read history, or the history is coming to us in whatever way, shape, or form that it's realized for us, we would, rather than get mad, rather than get pissed off, rather than be upset about it, we would decode it. We would look for the message from the ancestors that can be summed up in how I got over. So we'd move our attention from, and this is not to be in denial that there wasn't wrong. So someone could say it never should have happened. Now, after saying that, it's kind of anticlimactic because it did, which is why you're saying it never should have. So I'm simply saying that the never should have, as true as it is not empowering. What is empowering is to look it like in the eye and see it for what it is. You know, it's this opportunity for each of us to say, how have you come to bless me? What in this is my blessing? And can I say to us that, oh, I forgot this was not the talk. Let me just collect myself, because I did get carried away. I told you it wasn't me. Oh, Lord. So, when we're in the life for such a time as this, that's what I really want to say. That this message, this approach, is for such a time as this, in the midst of the bombardment. This is our opportunity to not get caught up in it, to instead put those goggles on and see the pattern of freedom, see the pattern of peace, see the pattern of love that requires the goggles, because it's going to look like horrific. It's going to look like unfair. It's going to look like, if you understand the law, it may even look illegal. it will certainly feel counterproductive. But that's a distraction. With your goggles on, you will see the pattern that awaits you. You'll see the replication of your dreams and your visions. You'll see. You'll see. Brannis McKenzie wrote a song a good while ago entitled "The Center of All Things." And in that song, she offers us these lyrics in part. Whatever I have known before, it's clearer. Get your goggles. Whatever I have known before, it's clearer. Whatever I'm to do, I see it now. You're going to need your goggles. I've made a choice to walk in God. There's no turning back. I am to be in the center of all things. Brannis McKenzie, you better write, girl. This is Brannis McKenzie and Dana.
I am a teacher, a preacher, a lover of all men. I am a leader, a follower, a heart that has no end. In all the world, there's no one else like me. I know I am to be God in the center of all things. I am a river, a giver, a love that moves within. I am a leader, revealer, a heart that has no end. In all the world, there's no one else like me. I know I am to be in the center of all things. Whatever I have known before, it's clearer. Whatever I'm to do, I see it now. I've made a choice to walk in God. There's no turning back. I am to be in the center of all things. I am a maker, creator, a spirit made of love. I am the melody and symphony. It's God that I'm made of. And so I sing of what I am to be. My music you can see, God in the center of all things. Whatever I have known before, it's clearer. Whatever I'm to do, I see it now. I've made a choice to walk in God. There's no turning back. I am to be in the center of all things. I am a maker, creator, spirit made of love. I am the melody and symphony. It's God that I'm made of. And so I sing of what I am to be. My music you can see, God in the center of all things. In all the world, there's no one else like me. I know I am to be God in the center of all things.
Janice McKenzie and Dana Schultz. Saltman, my mistake. Thank you so very much. Y'all see why you need the goggles, yes? You need the goggles so that you can see yourself as the divine, as the evolved in the center of all things, which means wherever you are right now, whatever it is that's unfolding in your life is the center of all things for you. And the center of all things for you is something different, and the center of all things for you is something different, and the center, you see? So right where you are, right now, in consciousness, is the center of all things. Come on, Mother Harriet, we're going to need our goggles to really see our path forward, to see who we are to be. That part in the lyric that says, whatever I have known before, it's clear. See, because here's what I believe is that for many, most, if not all, there is not much I say from here that is new to you. Especially that is about the principle. I know sometimes I bring you an example of principle being practiced in a unique way or something historical that sometimes there are those who weren't necessarily aware of. But when we're talking principle, there is no newness in principle. So when you look clearly at it, you know you knew this. Our challenge is acting like we know. Our challenge is living our knowing. And that's even for the teacher. Oh, I'm not here to to list, name, nor number all of the errors and the times when I acted just like I did not know what I just taught. But allow me to just tell you the truth. It happens with much greater frequency than I wish. I really wish I could report to you that I live a life that is in total alignment with my teaching and my awareness in those moments when I know that I know that I know. But the truth is that there are a lot of moments when somebody just says, Cecina, don't you know? I thought you knew. Bottom line, we's in this together. Yes? So this idea of the certainty of our ancestors, it was just as if Frederick Douglass did have goggles. I mean, come on now. And if we just did, pick the slave narratives, we could pick Black history books of almost any ilk. And I'm always in awe. When I think about even Harriet, not let alone Mother Harriet, but Harriet Jacobs, I mean, just name somebody. It is literally as if they had goggles so that they could see beyond the problem, the fear, the doubt, the history, and could stand in a new moment of possibility beyond anything imagined before that moment. Is that not helpful for us, beneficial for us, for such a time as this? November 2025. Could we not use the goggles that would shift our attention from, ain't it awful? And worse than that, to I see my way clearly. Looks good to me. And it looks good to me. The way forward, the way above. The outcome, of course, leaves each and every one of us with a testimony of how I got over. And I know to a person, we want a testimony without having to be bothered with a test. We just want the glory part. Let me get to the part where I get to tell how wonderful it is now. We don't want our shoes turned over or worn out after we have walked the walk required. We don't want our hands to be calloused after we have had to get in there and get busy in ways. We don't want our heart to have gone through all of the iterations, all of the shifts required to be in a new place of loving. Is there anybody who's really loving who hasn't had heartbreak? There are the wise ones who would say the heart has to break in order for you to be open. But to a person, we're like, no, let's skip the heartbreak part. Let's just get to the love part. But the wise ones offer us some evidence that they went through stuff. Their hearts were broken. They didn't have a conscious awareness of how to shift from where they were and what was happening in that moment, what they were feeling, appropriately feeling. Oh, but the goggles make a difference because they can see something else. So look, hear this with me. This is if this had a title, it would be The Certainty of the Ancestors. And I love that. I'm not a person who like in my personal life, we have a kind of a small family and our awareness of it. My mother just had one brother, he had no children, so there's not a lot. So I'm not like immersed in it like some of y'all are. Some of y'all have the family reunions. We've never had that. Some of y'all are immersed in different ways, but so when I say to you the certainty of the ancestors, I'm not necessarily speaking at all about biological kinship. Because I know I'm kin to Mother Harriet. Now, it's not showing up in my Ancestry.com profile at all, but I'm claiming kinship because of the guidance that I experienced. Does that make sense? So I claim a whole lot of ancestors, that there's no biology connection, evidence, and yet it does not matter to me. So hear this, if you will. Our ancestors, my sense of this is that our ancestors walked by faith, not because it was easy, but because they knew the unseen was certain. When I think, sometimes I kick back in kickback moments, I'm thinking about Mother Harriet. Sometimes I can't get somewhere with GPS going. Now, I'm probably out here by myself. The rest of y'all put on GPS and you arrive at your destination without any ridiculousness. In my life, it doesn't unfold that way. So when I think about Mother Harriet making her way, first of all, off a plantation, because we talk about it like it'd be coming out of my house, walking down the steps, crossing the street, and you'd be gone. It ain't that. We're talking acres. So first you got to get off that land and past the other folks who had land who were in exactly the same business. So when we start talking about folks escaping, I want you thinking about just getting off the property. Not that you'd be safe once off the property, but you have had a trek getting off the property. Okay, just to make that clear. All right. So that's why I want to emphasize our ancestors walked by faith, not because the way was easy. Whether it was easy was not a consideration. I don't think they ever asked, will escaping be easy? Well, I don't know that easy was even in the vocabulary. But because they knew the unseen was certain, they had the goggles. They saw with spiritual eyes that what the world could not yet hold. The world was not ready for free black folks. In that region especially. And there are those who would say that they're still not. I'm saying with your goggles, it doesn't matter about the readiness of other people. What matters is you're ready. Are you ready for freedom? Are you ready for peace? Are you ready for joy? Or are the pundits, do the pundits have your attention so that you can't get ready for peace? That you can't get ready for joy? You can't get ready for freedom? They understood, our ancestors understood, as Scripture reminds us, and this is from Romans 8:18, the sufferings of this present time. And there are, let's acknowledge, there are sufferings in this present time. Go on, Paul, write this for 2025. The sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. Can you feel that? For this now moment? That sure enough, there's some stuff going on that's awful. There are children who, when I think about SNAP, and my neck is snapped with, is it, isn't it, are they, aren't they? And it's just the foolishness that it is even before us. That feeding the children is on the table at all. Some of us want to live in a world where when feeding the children comes up, it's okay, what we got to do? What will be required? So they climbed. Our ancestors climbed, yes, but theirs was not the rough side of the mountain. It was the revealed side, the faith-filled side of divine becoming. This is that notion of testament. And having some tests, this idea of how I got over, requires some getting over, requires some rising up, requires a level of engagement beyond the low-level conversation and consciousness. Yes? And now, their living continuation. Because who do you think we are? But the prodigy. We are the ones that they lived for, that they struggled for, that they were killed for, that they paved a way for. We are their living continuation. And we stand on that same mountain of certainty, knowing that the glory revealed in them is still unfolding in us. We got to know it. And there's nothing in what I'm saying that implies that this is going to be easy. But I do hope that you hear that it's required. And that whether it's easy or not is irrelevant. You know, it just, how hard is it going to be? I don't know. This is why I've been bringing you since, my sense is since we were looking at Black history. The stories of the bus boycott, the Montgomery bus boycott, because I'm wanting us to be inspired and I'm wanting us to see ourselves in the center of all things. I'm wanting us to see that if we want something to be different, we're going to have to be different. We're going to have to speak different. We're going to have to be different. We're going to have to act different. We're going to, in order to have different, it requires much, much more from us. Look, you know, I'm still hearkening to Anita Baker, I have to tell you. That notion in fairy tale that my fantasy is over, this fantasy that somebody's coming to save us, that you're going to elect somebody who's going to do everything you want it done. Or any variation on that theme. There's going to be no white horse with a knight on it that is going to, with a swish, change legislation that is going, Your fantasy is over. Your life must now begin. I love this. My story ends, meaning how I thought it was going to be. And what awaits me is a reality that my goggles will help me. You're going to have to keep up now because we mixing metaphors. You're going to have to really follow closely, y'all, because now we move from Anita and her lyrics to the goggles, and yeah, here we go. Yes? So in order to see and have reality, especially, she's talking about reality with a lowercase r, where you're in it and all that. We're talking about uppercase R, divine reality. Yes? Yes, and we got something that we've been looking at, but let me just see, that our reality, at least as I'm laying it out for you right here, is the faith that carried our ancestors and our elders. The certainty that sustained them is our divine inheritance, and it continues to empower us. So we're not climbing. We're climbing, but we're not climbing in despair. Yes? We are ascending in revelation. Every step revealing ever more greater possibility. Each step we take is a testament to the glory of Spirit being revealed through our lives right now. My ask, if I had one today, would be that you be willing to be lifted, inspired, and reminded that even now we stand on holy ground, on the mountain of faith. That's where we are in any given moment, on the mountain of faith, where glory is certain, where the highest possible outcome, that's what we're talking about. The highest possible outcome is certain, and our divine unfolding is not only certain, but it's unstoppable. Yes. To be willing to know, see, embrace this sense that your vision, your commitment, your insight, your prayer, your dream is unstoppable. But only if you nurture it. It's not unstoppable because you told somebody, because you thought it, or because you wrote it in your journal. It's unstoppable because you nurture it daily and throughout the day in ways that ensure that it grows and that it takes the forms required in order to be. So look, there is an unseen power within. The ancestors recognized it, that they weren't looking out there seeing people who. This is a thing now that we have the luxury, if you will, of of engaging in this discourse that speaks to whether there are any models within the community and culture that reflect the vision that we desire. And I love that. I mean, I love that there could be, would be, that there are. But if you ever discern there aren't, that better not stop you. Because come on, Mother Harriet, tell them that for most of our ancestors and even our elders, there wasn't. They were the ones making the difference, changing the outcomes. They were the first here, there, everywhere. And they didn't have the luxury of looking to someone and seeing, oh, that's how you do it. Let me get in there, and networking and so forth. And so that's all wonderful. If you got that, get it. Be in it. But if you don't, you better not let that stop you. I've never seen anybody do it, so I can't see myself. You better ask, what? What you've seen does not determine what you can see, unless you decide that that's where the bar is, unless you put the bar that I can only see with my goggles. The goggles I'm going to use will only show me what I've seen before. And if that's where you're playing, then this talk is not for you. This, no offense, it just isn't. This talk is for the ones who are like wanting to let go of that. That we may have some of that going on, but we're like, I want to release that. This is not for the ones who's setting that up as the intention. That, you know, I'm going to live my life. That's another class. That's another talk. This is for the ones who are about to get into the double Dutch energy of moving into another awareness, into drawing to them another possibility, another way of thinking, another way of seeing, another way of being. So this idea that's up here now, this unseen power within us, is all about how are we engaging our emotions and our feelings? How are we engaging our thinking? Come on, I'm going to invite you to think about Mother Harriet and think about, what do you think she was doing with her emotions and feelings? We know she wasn't falling out mad with folks, and so she's going to have to stay and tell them about themselves. And if we were going to identify anybody who could stand and tell folks about themselves for how they have been acting, we might nominate Mother Harriet, except she didn't have time. She wasn't interested. So when we think about what's possible for us, you see, you may not have a personal connection with anybody who's broken through the way you know you're going to have to break through. But you can imagine it. So let's use Mother Harriet. What do you think in terms of emotions and feelings? What do you think her most prominent thinking was, her repetitive thinking was? You think it was, I'm not enough? I have seizures, so clearly I wouldn't. Now, if I didn't have seizures, I'd go. Now, that may have been a thought that came up for her. We'll never know because she didn't let it stop her, so that she was there to tell people about the thought that kept her there. Her attitude. What was the attitude? Come on. It may not be in your environment as a model, somebody who could mentor you, and y'all could just, over coffee and tea and espresso, y'all could work out some stuff. No, but you can do it. Put your goggles on and see another way. What do you think she believed? You think she believed she just ought to be enslaved according to what the law said for as long as the law said she ought to be enslaved? I think we can extrapolate based on her behavior, that not only did she go, she came back and got some others to go, and came back and got some others to go. So I think we got enough that we can see that there was an attitude and a belief that went beyond her current circumstance, which we will never know the fullness of. Her perception and her imaginings Come on, Mother Harriet, help us out with this. Because we know you imagined your way to freedom. Some of us can't get there with GPS. But she saw clearly and perceived a way out and a way through. Her reactions and responses. We don't know the details. I'm inviting you to make this up. What is the attitude? What is the reaction? What is the response that would serve you most to move forward toward your highest vision for your life and your living? Oh, I hope this is making sense because it is literally wearing me out. So look, I'm going to close with probably nothing that's right here. Yeah, I'm going to close with Belva Davis, the late, great Belva Davis, who offered us, do not be afraid of the space between your dreams and reality. And what I love about that is that it acknowledges that there is a space between your dream and your reality, or otherwise your dream would be your reality. So in that space between, what's there? It's you. You're there. You're in that space between the dream and reality. I encourage you to get your goggles and have them on for that journey from your dream to your manifest reality. Brannis McKenzie wrote this song, "Only Love, That's All There Ever Was." She said, and this is, Brannis, I love this for this moment. Part of the lyric that I want to share is, she writes, "If the tables turned and we became the other, and we questioned what the hell was going on, we would stop and ask the question, what does every life require? And the answer would be love for each and every desire."
Only love recalls the essence of our spirit. Only love requires nothing in return. The measure of the love we share, simply more the same. The answer to the questions you ask will always remain. Only love, only love, only love, only love, that's all there ever was. If the tables turned and we became the other, and we questioned what the hell was going on, we could state and ask the question, what does every life require? And the answer would be love for each and every desire. Only love, give love a chance, give love a chance. Only love, your soul dance, your soul dance. Only love, consider this, consider this. Only love, that's all there ever What is it that takes me from A to B, that opens my eyes so that I can see the world in a new and a different way? It's love, it's love, it's love. That's why I can say, only love recalls the essence of our spirit. Only love requires nothing in return. The measure of the love we share is simply more the same. The answer to the questions you ask will always remain. Yeah, only love. Give love a chance, give love a chance. Only love. Your soul will dance, your soul will dance. Only love. Consider this, consider this. Only love. That's all there ever was. All there ever was. It's all there ever was. Love.